Give it to Quan as a runner. So I am Karanda, and this is
Juliet.
and why they chose us to stand up here is beyond us. So
Go to bail.
you gotta go to the bathroom.
No, I'm
Okay.
good. I'm good.
So yeah. So we don't want to be the only ones talking. So but I think that the direction that they was going in is because like many of you guys, you are responsible for buying the groceries, buying the clothes, buying all the other stuff. Mainly, a lot of women do that. But so we want to just talk about how we do it at our houses and kind of some tips that we've learned along the way. Is that all right? Okay. So I'll start.
Okay, go ahead.
I have a question. What is the best day to buy your groceries? She said Sunday. She said Wednesday. Tuesday. Very true. Very true. Any more? So let me ask you, why you say Saturday? Excuse me, why did you say Sunday?
She's like, oh.
Because you can plan like the week out as far as what meals and budget it that way.
Okay, very good. You said Wednesday. Okay, coupon day and senior day. And somebody said Tuesday. Miss Shirley said Tuesday.
Well, it's almost the middle of the week. All your sales are coming out Tuesday. All your specials, your coupons, and everything seem to come out on Tuesday for the week.
Okay. The best day to buy your groceries is Wednesdays. And because it is smack dab in the middle of the week. And what also happens on Wednesdays is they restock. Saturday and Sunday is the absolute worst day to shop. Not only because of the crowds, because everybody works, right? And that's the only time we have I have time to go shop is on the weekend, and they know that, and they capitalize on that. So Saturday and Sunday is the absolute worst day to go shopping. Wednesday is best for a number of reasons. One, because it's smack dab in the middle of the week, and they are restocking for Saturday and Sunday. A lot of their sales start on Wednesday, and true. Believe this or not, sometimes when the coupons expire on Tuesday, if you ask, they will honor it because they are trying to get things off the shelves. So you always have to ask. And I'll give you guys a quick story, and I'll let you jump in. Okay. So those people that were at the leadership banquet that we had last night, we had it at the Marriott, right? So we had three meats, and we had a carb. So we actually had four meats, and we had three side items. On paper, that would have ran us probably about actually $75 per person. But because I am that person that says the worst that you can say to me is no, no, it's not going to hurt me. No, it's not going to hurt my feelings. You don't know me. That's the absolute worst you can say to me. But I don't know unless I ask, right? So it's the end of the year. I know you're trying to get rid of this stuff. I know you are trying to make a little extra money. So what is this the best you can do? Yeah, this is the best we can do. Okay, this is the best you can do. Well, how about you take this request to your manager and see if that's the best if that's still the case, and if that's the case, we'll go with that. couple of days went by. She said, well, you're in luck. Really? Well, they'll go down to $70 per person. I said, well, that's still more than we want to pay. So we'll look elsewhere. I didn't have any intention of looking elsewhere, but because I knew Bishop had given me a budget to stay within, and he really wanted to have it at this Marriott. And so I said, I'm sorry, we'll just look elsewhere. The next day, well, Miss Baker, what would be ideal for you? I had already done my homework to see what I needed to stay within to get, all the other stuff that we had. So I went with $60 per person. She said, ooh, I don't know if we can do that. I said, but we have a relationship with you. Every time we have an event, we always use you guys. So if this is the best you can do, I am not above starting a relationship with somebody else. They came back with $50 per. That is $25 less than what was on paper. I said all that to say this. You have got to start opening your mouths, right? A closed mouth do not get fed. And even if you, sometimes the rain checks, you go in and they're not there. They're all gone. They have to honor the rain check. So you go and say, hey, you don't have any more of these things on the shelves. Give me something that will honor when you guys get it back in stock. Oh, okay. Well, most people they don't have it. They just walk out. That will save you some money. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Another thing I just did last week, I have my car insurance. I noticed that it has been going up. So for 3 cars, I'm paying $400 a month. So I called Allstate. I was like, listen, I've been with you guys for 15 years. I already shop around already. I have USAA. I know all the other companies what they will give me. But I was with them for 15 years. So I called them. I was like, my insurance is too high. They was like, well, North Carolina insurance rate went up because people are driving badly. I said, well, that has nothing to do with me. I'm a good driver. I have never been in an accident, knock on wood, over and over. I have never gotten a ticket in 15 years. I have never gotten into an accident, never got 15. She's like, let me see what you could do. It came down to $292. New car discount, 20%. Drive-wise, knock off $200 off. I need to set that up. But but I got all those stuff off because you have to call, and know your power. Like she said, you have to call to find that out. From $400 to $293, I am really cheap. I bargained for everything. Like buying a home, buying anything, shop around. You know your worth. If you have good credit and you could get a loan, shop around. But you have to ask. Find the manager. When I was making $23,000 a year, I went to the bank. I was like, I need to buy a house. 23. So I found the manager and asked, what can I do to buy a house? She said, do this and this and this and come back in 6 months and I'll give you a loan for a house. In 6 months, she gave me a loan for a house at $23,000 a year because I know I didn't have any debt. I don't have any cars on my thing. And she gave me $95,000 for a house. In 2006, that's a lot of money. Me and Stephen were shacking. So he said, are you leaving me? I was like, no, we're not married. I'm buying my own house. So he went to the bank and get a loan for a house. I said, this is ridiculous. So we went together and get a loan together, put the money together. And at the same time, I was like, listen. He was like, well, you got approved for $240,000. I was like, nope, we're not married. So I would do $160, which was $800 a month. That's all I could afford. That's what I told him. So we bought a house when we were shacking. We're still in the house shacking because that's how I am. I was like, I'm not paying rent anymore. He's making 23. I'm making 23. He's making 22. And we purchased a house, and we weren't even married. So, it's not about the money, like Pastor said. It's about wisdom. Mm-hmm. What do you do? You don't have to make a whole bunch of money to spend it wisely. It's all about wisdom. Like, you never thought you'd get approved for $23,000, but I'm gonna try. Like Coretta said, all niggas say is no. Find out who's in charge. Find out who's in charge. That's why when people come to church, they don't want to talk to pastor over there. They want to talk to pastor because they figure pastor have more power and pastor might be closer to God, whatever it may be. They find the person that they want to talk to. So that's what you have to do. Find the person you want to talk to. Work on what's requirement. Every bank has a requirement. Everybody has a requirement. You go online, you can research it, you can find a requirement for everything. Know what they want. If they want 600 credit score, you know that. If they want this, down payment, State and Poor Credit Union, no down payment on a house, nothing, 100% up to $500,000. But they're going to give you what you could afford. You know, so, I mean, like I said, it's just wisdom. Go ahead.
Are there any questions so far?
Please raise your hands highly if you have any questions.
Okay, so
Yeah.
don't do me. Oh God, we recording. I'm sorry. So she talked about something that was important about relationship. Do you guys have a favorite store you like to shop at? Target, Walmart. Well, what about grocery store? Let's start there. Let's start at grocery store first, and then we'll go. Lowe's Foods, Wegmans. Well, so let me tell you the important of, right, she said Food Line, and the Food Line is notorious for this. Let me tell you about the power of a relationship. If you go to the same store all the time, you get to know these people, they are more apt to give you a discount. Food Line do this all the time. And I know that because when I shop at a whole different ones, and I'll tell you about that. But if I need something or run out of something, and I send Pastor Randy to the grocery store, he goes to Lowe's Foods. Lowe's, and this is a fact, Lowe's Foods and Target are the two most expensive grocery stores. I tell him all the time, I got to go to the store, I got to run to Food Line. He's like, just go to Lowe's Foods. My car does not work at Lowe's Foods.
I know. Same.
It just doesn't. It just doesn't. It irritates me so much. There have been times when we have gone to the grocery store, and he said, we just go to Lowe's Foods. And I was like, ugh. So we get the items. I walk out the store because I cannot stand to see how much he pays for the groceries. True fact. So, but Food Line, get to know these managers. Let them see your face. And one more thing. How many of us shop weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly? What is the best time? What's the best frequency? Weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly? Benita said weekly. Bi-weekly. Monthly. Why do you do monthly? Okay, so that's okay. And you said bi-week. What did you say? Why you say bi-weekly? Benita said weekly. The best time to shop is weekly. It's the best time to shop weekly because what happens is when you shop bi-weekly, you're going to forget something. So you're going back a little more frequently versus if you plan your meals out. So let's start this. You plan your meals out on Sunday. I'm going to have spaghetti on Monday. I'm going to have chicken, not in my house, chicken on Tuesday. Plan those meals out. So therefore, when you go to the grocery store on Wednesday, you have everything that you need versus you going bi-weekly, going back, picking up like we did. And I didn't know that you had to shop on Wednesdays until I did the research. And I actually did some field research too. I see your hand, Sonny. Go ahead.
No, I was listening to you.
Oh.
And then I'll ask my question.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so my question is, I've often thought that the best way to shop is to do, if we could, in an ideal world, to put it on the list and go pick it up. And the reason being that you're not walking through the store picking up extra stuff. Now, the problem with that is you have to pay a fee to, but at the same time, you're not going through the store just picking up randomly extra stuff. What are your thoughts?
So my thing is, you do not shop on an empty stomach. That's key. You do not shop when you are hungry. That's a fact. Two, what will help combat that is making a list. And you have to purpose in your mind, I'm only going to get whatever's on this list. Right?
I'm sorry.
I see Benita.
Well, as someone that prep for clients, it's always safe to stay on the outside of the aisles. So the outside of the aisles give you the healthier versions of everything in the grocery store. And if you have your list, you would only go through the aisle that you need to go through instead of going down each aisle. Each aisle, get your eye attention. You might like, I think I might try this. No, stick to your list and stand outside of the aisle.
I have to say, I do love going aisle by aisle. It's like a date.
See, that's what I was getting ready to say.
It is a date
That's
with
what I
my
was getting ready to
husband.
say.
I love going down the aisles.
It's something about going aisle by aisle, because that's how we grew up, right? We grew up going aisle by aisle by aisle. But if you're trying to save money, outside perimeter is for the healthy, but sometimes you got to go in through have that list. Have a list, and you only pick up the things that is on that list. I'm sorry, Benita, I saw your hand.
I was just going to say, circling back to monthly, I just realized that we wasted too much with the kids and Honey and his cereal addiction, all that. We wasting too much. So he's, pray for him, cereal. So we just budget for the month. We have our monthly food budget, but then I just break it down by week.
Yep.
That's all. That's how we do it.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sorry, I've got a hand right here, sir. Hold on.
What's his cereal? Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes. Oh, let him defend
It's
himself.
Honey Nut Cheerios, Frosted Flakes, and the best one of all, Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch. Okay, Miss Karen.
Wednesday is the best day to shop because the coupons change over on Wednesday. But if you come early Wednesday morning, you can still get Tuesday prices and Wednesday prices. And what Karanda said about knowing the management is good, because my manager's motto is make it right. If the customer say, I saw it for $2 back there, instead of me having to walk back there, I say, okay, ma'am, and I make it $2. So
That's money in your pocket.
So I stay out the grocery store because I'm an impulse shopper when it comes to food. So Jason does all the grocery shopping. If you're impulsive when it comes to going in grocery stores, anything like the cereal person over there, you might want to just stay out and let the person that has the control and that go. So I stay out the grocery.
That's good. That's good because I know if Randy continues to go into Lowe's Foods, we ain't gonna have any money, right? Because it's something about Lowe's. I don't know what it is. It's it's some Winston. Okay. Um, Something about Lowe's. So you got to know your strengths, right? I know that I need to go to the store and I need to go. I need to be the one shopping, and it pains me when I run out of something and I have to look to him. I almost am like, Jonathan, can you go to the store? Yeah. Okay, I see your hand, Danielle.
And I've even read before where at the corporate level, these grocery stores get psychologists to help them give them ideas on where to strategically place things to maximize how you spend your money. For instance, have you ever looked for something on a shelf and then there's something that typically goes right along with it, but it would make sense that it's sitting right next to it, but it's three aisles over? That is not because they're messy or disorganized. They know exactly what they're doing. So because they play on you not having you seeing a whole bunch of other stuff on your way over to that aisle, right, to pick up and spend extra money.
Well, that's why it's called, when you waiting in line, it's called the impulse shopping. And I used to be a person, and I see your hand, I used to be a person that absolutely hate the self-checkout to the point where I was in line. This young lady was at the register, and the next aisle over was self-checkout. So I'm walking up to her, and she said, nobody's in line. She's not doing things. She's on her phone. And she said, oh, self-checkout is open. And I said, oh, no, sweetie, I don't work here. And so but I realized when I did that, there is an impulse aisle. And if anybody knows anything about me, I love potato chips. And they had all the different kinds of potato chips. So what did I do? I picked up a bag of potato chips. And I was like, ooh, this came back. Picked up another bag of potato chips. At that point, as I'm walking out the store, Holy Spirit said, you see, I tried to help you you should have gone to self-checkout, but you being slick, now you got all these potato chips. And my pride wouldn't let me go back in and take them back, right? So not only did I spend more money in the impulse aisle, I also ignored the Holy Spirit and exactly. So I used to hate the self-checkout. Now that is my go-to now, self-checkout. It's efficient. It gets you in. You don't have time to be looking at the impulse aisle and buying extra stuff. Get in, get out. I don't care if I have to bring up my own groceries. It's okay. I just know you got to know yourself. Sean.
Yeah. I never knew shopping was so scientific. Y'all going too far. He's like, make your list, go to the store, get what's on your list, and get out. I hate shopping, as you can tell. That's why Crystal does most of the shopping. But when I go get what I need to get. And if I can't find it, I ain't getting it. I was like, look, I'll just leave it on the list. You get it another day. And I ain't know y'all had specific days. We should go shopping when you run out of food. That's when I do it. I don't understand.
Okay. Hey, I'm sorry.
The reason that Pastor Randy shop at Lowe's is because Lowe's is clean. I shop at Target because Target is clean. Walmart is always dirty. You don't get no help. So maybe he shopped there because it's clean.
That's very true. That is absolutely true. However, I think the goal of this is to keep some money in your pocket, right? And so I get what you're saying, because you are 1,000% correct. However, we're trying to save a little extra dollars in our pockets. So Lowe's Foods and Target may not be the best option when you're trying to save money. And I'm just being honest. Somebody else. Oh, I'm sorry, Hector.
And this is for the men. I'm like some people. I don't like. I really don't like to go shopping. I have to go, and she has to send me to go get something. And so, what I've done is, if I gotta go get something, she said, "Well, get one of this, one of that." I'm gonna get 2 or 3, and that way, and then I might put it somewhere else, and it's there in the house somewhere hiding, and that way I got it. And then she said, "Oh, I need some of this." Okay, and I said, "Boom, it's there. We already have it."
So Hector, I was home cooking and I ran out of paper towel. I said, Stephen, could you get me some paper towel? He went to Lowe's and came back with tissue. $31 for a whole thing of tissue. I said, baby, that's tissue. Talking about they look the same, but I'm just saying, at Lowe's, like $31 for some tissue. Yeah, I mean that's what he pays for it. He went just go pick up something. He didn't even look to see if it's tissue or paper towel. So I understand he's talking, baby. I can't look for stuff, but I mean it's just because I was cooking. So I mean I understand, but things are on budget. I budget. Stephanie put me on a budget.
But also budget. Sometimes also time, and sometimes it's better to get 2 or 3 of everything so that you won't have to go back so many times.
So I schedule time for everything. I schedule time I schedule everything. So Stephanie don't have time because that's not his job to do that because it was just because I was cooking and I didn't want to leave the stove and he can't cook, so something got to give. So I send him, but he don't normally go shopping. He go online and order stuff from Nike and say, okay, I'm good.
I had a question about everybody has Sam's, Costco's, BJ's, whatever. So my question was, is there a study or any information that says it's better to use those to shop and budget versus you doing the weekly shopping?
So let me say this, and this is where my field research came in at. So how many of you guys have the membership to the Sam's, BJ's, Costco, right? Okay. What I did, so I was in Sam's and I saw 2, you get 2 in meats, like there's the chuck roast. They had 2 for, I think it was like $27, $28, right? 2 of them. And they were nice sizes. And so I was like, okay. I went to Food Line. One was $18 for one. Then I went to Food Line. Theirs were a little bit more. So they always running about $18, $19 for one. So I said to myself, if I buy one for $18, $19, the same size, why not buy 2 for $20-something? And that's where I was going to talk about those. They are good for certain things. Certain things like cereal.
You get 3 in a box. You get 3 in a box. If you know.
Cereal, bread, your toiletries. So at the church, we buy the items from Sam's, and the manager at Sam's, because she know me, right? I was buying the big palm. You guys know the big box for the church. And she said, no, sweetie, look at that. They are now giving you less for more, but if you go over here and buy this Scott's, they're giving you more for less. Because I was so programmed, we got to go to Sam's, and I pick up the items that I'm used to, I didn't take the time to figure out which was the better price. The manager at Sam's told me that.
You wouldn't let your boss negotiate, and this week you only get this much, and that week
right.
you get more. So when you use your money, you have to do the same thing.
Right. Okay, I see your hand. Angie.
Now, Jimmy and I, we go shopping together. And in the beginning, most men, they just pick up stuff, they don't look at the price. You know, but as he's been going with me more and more and more, he looks at the price of things, and I try to tell him sometimes it's better to get this because it has more for this price, like you were saying, because it's better. But I thank God he goes with me shopping every week.
Sonny, I see your hand. Sonny.
So I have a question and I have a statement. Okay. So my statement is, since COVID life, like Xavier took over all the shopping for the groceries and everything, and I think it's important that whoever has the money, the person who's in tune, that someone be in charge of that. Number one. Number two, my question is, I forgot it, but I'll call you. I'll tell you in a minute.
Okay. All right. Leslie.
Okay, so I go to Family Dollar to get tissue, and they have 32 rolls for $10, and then they have at Family Dollar. I never used them there.
They
I'm
have
just
an
saying,
app.
it was just it's a good buy, and they have a whole lot of paper towels. That's about $10 too.
You get it more off if you have the app.
Like $5 off.
Okay.
For Family Dollar.
I'll be downloading that today.
Absolutely. And here's the thing. Every store now has an app. Every store has an app. So where you shop frequently, download that app. Okay. Coquita.
So I'm a person that love name brand food items.
Okay.
So I really don't like generic food items. So what advice do you have for me to be able to get my name brand food items instead of generic food items?
Okay, go ahead, Jason.
There's not any retailer that manufactures their own products. All of them buy their products from the other manufacturers that also manufacture the name brand stuff. So most of the time, the store brand item is the same or very, 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 very close to the name brand.
Okay. Now, sometimes, let me tell you.
Not all the time, but most of the time.
My husband brought home some Equate toothpaste.
That's not one of the things you can do.
No, really?
He went to Walmart, which is shocking because he's not a Walmart shopper. He's a Target shopper. So some things now, but here's the thing about that. Even the name brand goes on sale, right? Even the name brand goes on sale, but you also got to understand that the reason why we are having this is to keep some money in your pocket, right? So there is absolutely nothing wrong with the off brand. Like Jason said, it's the same thing. We're just used to, we like what we like, right? Because the ketchup we use at the house is it?
It's probably $1.
It depends. Waffles. Jonathan likes waffles.
I'm sorry.
And they have to be Eggo waffle, and they have to be the thick and fluffy, right? So you like what you like, but you also got to understand that the purpose of this is to put money back in our pockets. And you buy on sale, and you use the app, and you have to necessarily have to buy the off brand. Pastor Bruins, and I see your hand. Oh no, Sister Ellis, I'm sorry. Oh, gotcha.
For my cereal affinity, I go to Walmart. I only buy the expensive stuff when the kids are in. You know, like Cap'n Crunch. I'll buy that because they're here now. I had to return it the other day because it had a bad taste, and they gave it. I could get the same for equal value, so they let me exchange it. But when I go to the grocery store, when I look at the meats, I look at the poundage. Yeah, I always look at the poundage because, and if you ransack like I do, you can go to the back and you get more meat for a cheaper price. And please use your MVP, your Food Line MVP card. That thing will knock stuff down drastically.
And also, Sam's will do this. If you see some beef, whatever it has fat on it, typically it's beef, and it has fat on it, give it to the butchers in the back having to cut that fat off. The weight goes down, therefore the price goes down. Yep. When you're buying um, grapes, take them off the vine. The weight goes down. When you're buying corn, is it shuck it? Shuck it right there. They have a trash can for you. Right. Typically those are by, they are like by 5. That's not by weight. But things that going to add weight, grapes and whatever, take it off the vine, put in your bag, and weigh it then. It's makes sense. Sonny, I'm sorry. I think. Miss Brenda.
Okay, so I've remembered my question. People who like to go from store to store to store, to me, you might get a better price on something, but you're wasting gas going all over town. I don't know if it's really worth it.
Are you?
Yeah, if I'm going from Walmart over to Publix over to
So think about this. Think about this. Your drive from here, right? Your drive from here to home. How many of the grocery stores you pass that you frequent? Because you don't have to go all in the same day, right? You can, that's how I plan my trips based off where I'm going to be. All right, if I have to go pick up Jonathan, that's closer to the food line, so I'm going to grab whatever I need there. And then if I'm closer to the church, I'll grab. You have to plan. Once again, it takes planning on your part to be able to, because those savings add up. They truly add up. I mean, how many times you're in your car, maybe not you, Sonny, because, but think about how many times you're in your car and you're driving past those particular stores. Just take the extra 15, 20 minutes to go in and get what you need. Crystal and then Alicia. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Brenda. Oh, please forgive me.
No problem. I challenge y'all with the cheap toilet paper and paper towels. I challenge anybody in here to buy one roll of Scott's and buy a 4-pack of that $1.39 stuff, and I promise you the Scott's will outlast all 4 rolls. And if you buy the more expensive paper towels,
she's still talking, guys. Okay.
If you buy the more expensive paper towels, you get 1 fat roll, and you buy a 6-pack of that cheap stuff, you get a roll about this big, have about 10 towels on it. You don't have different sizes, so you really have to think about what you're getting. And when you buy that meat and stuff that's manager special, be careful that you don't buy bad meat.
Yep.
Because they sell it, I promise you. Be careful that you don't buy containers that are swollen, because some people don't tend to watch for that. And definitely download the Food Line app, because I have people come in there and their bill might be $27 and they don't pay anything because they've got shop and earn points. So you have to keep your options open, but do the Scott's challenge.
Alicia, Crystal, I'm sorry, Crystal.
Okay. So 2 things we do. One, we keep a whiteboard on our refrigerator so that anybody that uses like the last item, or if they want to write something that they want, so the girls, Sean, we kind of put it all there, especially like staple items. So it kind of creates a list. So when we're ready to go, we kind of already have like all the things. Because one person may use the last of something and not know that it's, over. But if we have a list of it, so that helps us and keeps us kind of in line. Another thing that I noticed is one day I went to Food Line, but I went to one and then I forgot something and had to go to another one. And so sometimes the prices are different. Yep. So I think it's the area and the neighborhoods, because the one, I think like Rogers Lane, like Nightdale Way, was a little more expensive than the New Bern Avenue one. So I was like, oh, okay, I didn't know that.
It's because when people in a certain area, people steal from the store, they hike the price up to balance it out. So that's why sometimes, and then the rent is costs more in a certain area.
And sad to say, 27610, everything is higher in that zip code. 27610, higher. the groceries, the gas, because the theft rate is higher.
No, I mean,
It's
just
true.
higher. It's just higher. The price is higher.
And in fact, the Sam's in Wake Forest is cheaper than the Sam's in South Saunders.
Yeah.
And I know because I shop at both. It's cheaper. I'm sorry. I'm Alicia.
I just have a question. Is there different or specific grocery stores that you should go to versus some that don't? Because, like, for instance, my sister will not shop at Food Lion. She says that every time she goes, she gets bad stuff versus Walmart or Harris Teeter or something like that. So is there a, like, are there...
No. Go ahead.
Wherever you feel like going. I mean, what's your preference? Your sister may have a different experience than you. And it's all on your budget. I mean, if your sister may have a lot of money where she could go buy one steak for $15, so it just all depends on your budget and where you feel comfortable. It's where you feel comfortable and you're willing to pay it. Mm-hmm. So it's not a particular store. It's just your preference.
Mm-hmm. All right, Randy, and then Miss Peg, and then to your hand.
Mine's real quick. To the list part, we use Apple Notes, and it has a built-in grocery list. So if you have an iPhone, you already have that capability, and then you can share that with the rest of your family. So we have a list that we share, so whenever we go to the store, we can always just look at the list. We know exactly what we need. And if you don't have an iPhone, you don't have a smartphone. But that's a whole nother discussion for a whole nother day.
Miss Peggy, go ahead.
I got something I actually got from Juliet because I went on the eat for my blood type, so I'm a red meat eater now. I go to Carly C's, and Carly C's has one of the best package deals for red meat. You can get 5 family packages for $59.95, and I'm telling you, I go once a month, and I have enough for a month and a half. For myself, but I'm with myself. But even if you have family, that's a good deal. And you get good, because if you get something bad, you can take it back. They will replace it.
Mm-hmm. And that's at Carly C's.
They will cut your meat for you. They will cut everything.
The butcher is wonderful.
Yeah.
I see her. Go ahead.
I was thinking about what Miss Peggy was saying about coupons. Do any of the stores still do a double coupon thing? Because I used to go to Food Lion, but this is a while back. But I started going to Kroger's because they would double the coupon cost, and because I remember distinctly one day I went in there and I had like $250 something dollars worth of grocery in the cart, right? And I had double coupon, and that whittled all that food down to about $20. So I don't know if they still do that.
Harris
The
Teeter
double
still
coupon
W
thing.
coupon. You could bring. But Harris Teeter is very expensive too. So Harris Teeter is not
I don't
cheap.
even know if they still have a
But they
Kroger's.
still
I mean,
W
that's why I went.
coupons. Yeah, up to 50. They still W a coupon, but it doesn't make sense because it's still so expensive. We go on coupon when it's tripling and stuff like that. So I don't really go there that much. I don't go there anymore because they'd still double the 50-cent coupons, or but they still so costly.
Right.
Okay, Miss Brenda, does Food Line do they still do the double coupon? Okay.
And
Yeah. Okay.
And Food Line accept other store coupons too. Food Line will take another store coupon, a Harris Teeter coupon. They will take a Lowe's coupon. So they honor other people's coupons. So you could do that too. Even McDonald's would take other manufactured coupon. They would take Wendy's coupon if you go to McDonald's. If you have a coupon for McDonald's, for Wendy's, they'll take it.
I just want to say you also have to especially Food Lion. A lot of grocery stores are neighborhood food stores. So some grocery stores have more business than others. So you're gonna go. So it may be that the meats aren't always the meats that they mark down, or may not be as fresh. So you have to know. And so again, with the cleanliness, there are certain Walmarts that are more cleanly. So it depends on the neighborhood. And so just as you're shopping, you're paying attention to the cleanliness, you're paying attention to your prices, you're paying attention because depending on the neighborhood, some things are not available at certain stores. So you need to know what is available. My daughter lives in Boston, and she was saying how they the one store she goes to has a lot of have a lot of Hispanics. And so when she wants Goya products, when she wants her Saison and those kinds of things, she went in and stocked up in that store because she knows they carry it. And then when they mark it down, then she got a good price. And so it depends on what you're doing. So if you're shopping already and you're driving past stores, you know that what Carly C's has. You know what each store has. And so, yes, you might go more than once a week, but you're only going for those specific items that you need in that store. And so you're saving money and you're paying attention. And then when you buy those 2 roasts, one goes into the freezer. And then so you might not use it for a few weeks because it's a roast. You might not do it again, but you already have what you need. And so you're saving money.
Right, exactly. Coquita and then Jessica.
So I just want to know where y'all get all these coupons from. Is it newspaper, online, apps?
App. The app. Everything is digital now, Coquita. It's the app.
Okay. So I had a question for what you said about Food Line and the coupons. So I get the Dollar General coupon, the $5 off 25 a lot. But do they take those too?
Yeah, they'll take it.
I just have to use it on Saturdays.
They wouldn't take BJ because everything's in bulk. They wouldn't. I tried it. They wouldn't take BJ and Sam's Club because they are in bulk, but they would take Family Dollar, all those other coupons. It's on the door. If you walk in there, you will see it. We accept manufactured other competitive coupons.
Okay. And real quick, let me defend my Target too. Target does price match, ladies and gentlemen. So I love a Target. I love a good Target because I don't go to Walmart. They do price match. And so just know that. They do price match. Use your Target app. Always get your circle discounts. I had looked in there. I had $20, so I had cashed that in. So just there are ways.
I use them for price match. I went online.
That's
and I
right.
found
They
it
will
cheaper.
price
I
match.
found a tablet cheaper, and I go in there and they give it to me for that price. So I know that they're good.
So real quick, when is the best time to do your clothes shopping? Out of season. So in January, the end of January, that's when you stock up on your winter stuff. Out of season. I do not buy anything in season at all. It's cheaper. It's 75-80% cheaper to buy it winter stuff at the end of January because that's when it's going to start putting out the spring and stuff. And when you buy it then, it's more expensive. Just want to let you guys know. And shoes. I found this out because our son wears a size 11 men's shoe. So the best time in the summertime, buy black shoes. They are cheaper. We bought him a pair. And in fact, I bought me a pair, Randy a pair, Jonathan a pair, and Randy's dad the same shoe because they were like $60 when we're normally paying more than 60 for their shoes. Black shoes are cheaper in the summertime. I'm sorry, we got 1 minute. Sunny. No. It is.
They just shop.
You have your list. Miss Brenda.
Food Line does match other coupons, but they also give them. When those coupons spit out of that computer, when you get your receipt, you need to take those coupons because a lot of times it'll say $3 off from Stouffer's on your next trip. So, and people say, no, I don't use those, but it's like $3, $5, $7 off of your next shopping trip for free.
Okay, Teresa, really quick. Okay.
I don't know if y'all have any of those Shopkick fetch. It's like the receipts where you can scan your receipts and you can get gift cards, and then you can go back to the store and use those. So those you can use. And then also, if you shop at Publix, on your Publix card, they will load a $5 off coupon, and I think you have to spend like $15 or $20. So if you shop at Publix, look for that too.
All right, thank you. All right, guys, if our hearts and minds are clear, Juliet and I will be around to answer any questions. Mr. Ward, can you pray us out real fast?
God, we just thank you for this shopping experience that you gave us this morning. We lift you up in this house and give you the glory because of who you are. We thank you for everything. And may our week go good with our shopping so that we can come back and give you all the glory and praise.